How many years have you been off from football?
5. So
Okay.
if I didn't play this year, it would have been 6. But this season will be 5 years away. So this is my
Is
6th year.
is your specialty? Are you deep threat, or are you? Is that? I mean, just because of your speed, or are you? You can make all the cuts and go over the middle. What's your thing?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that I'm going to be used as a deep threat, just because that's my skill set.
No one can catch you.
But here's the thing: my goal is to be a well-rounded, all-around receiver, right? Like
Right.
I want to run good routes. Like if I could run routes like Hunter Renfro and Devontae Smith, like I would love to do that, right? And that's what I'm going to be working towards and trying to learn. And then on top of that, I enjoy kick returning and punt returning, and actually do enjoy running down on punt and kickoff and trying to make a tackle as well. So I think I can contribute on that side of the ball as well. I'm just in my mindset, I just want to play football. I don't really care what I'm doing. If they said, Devin, we want you to play safety, I'd be like, shoot, let's do it.
That's awesome.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Philadelphia, wait till you see. They've got a fun town of fans.
Oh, I
The,
know. I can feel it. I felt it already. It's
I grew
awesome, though. I love it. I love it.
I grew up in Pittsburgh, and Steeler fans are the most awesome fans in the world, and they're but Philly they're insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done sports radio for years and know a lot of sports radio guys, and we talk about it. There's not a crazier fan base in the world than the Philadelphia
Yeah.
Eagles. So
For sure.
they're going to be fun.
No, I agree. I've heard about it. I went to the Sixers game when they were in the playoffs, and I was like, wow, these guys are into it.
Yeah. So I don't understand. Have you been training out of Oregon mostly?
No, I've been training out of Annapolis,
In
Maryland.
Annapolis with your coach. Okay.
Yeah, my coach. Yep.
Because I was like, how are you going from Oregon to Philly, then going to like do these meets in Europe? And I mean, like, I thought
Well,
I
yeah,
had
I
a
mean, I
crazy
travel a
schedule.
lot, but I travel a lot, but I'm based in Annapolis, Maryland.
Okay. So Annapolis is where you train. Uh, and I was going to say, not the best because of the weather, but I guess you do a lot of indoor training. And then,
Yeah, we have great facilities there. I mean, it's a naval academy. It's a military university, so like they don't skimp on the money in terms of facilities like track, weight room, all that stuff is the best state of the art.
so do you train with the team, with the Navy track team?
Sometimes, so I am a coach there too.
Oh, I
I'm an
didn't know
assistant
that.
coach. Yeah, I help Jamie out with the sprinters and the hurdlers as well. And in some of the days, especially like hurdle days, I'll just jump in with the guys. And we have some great hurdlers. We have a hurdler named Bermir Vic who ran 1370 this year, and that's he was just out of making the NCAA championship final. Like he made NCAA regionals, but making it to Eugene by one place. And he's only a sophomore, and he's a great starter. So like doing like block starts with him is really good. Like because early in the season he'll be smoking me, and then as I get better in shape and kind of tune up, it'll be a really good competition, and so that's great. And we have a lot of awesome kids. Just a lot of awesome like athletes and people that like to compete at the Naval Academy. You could assume that like gritty mentality is like a
Sure, sure.
midshipman. So I just love being around that because they get after like Jamie put some of the like the 400-meter runners like do some crazy workouts and they're just like, all right, let's do it. I'm like, more power to you.
Yeah.
I said I
I
would never do that. I wouldn't do
I
that to you. That's what I tell the guys. I say, hey, if I was your coach, I wouldn't make you do that.
I used to hate the 400 more than anything, and our coach used to do it sometimes at practice. I had a coach named Steve Lewis who coached Roger Kingdom and coached. We had Brett Shields. We had a lot of guys. A couple guys who played for the Steelers, and we when I was at Pitt, we had a pretty good 4x100 team that all the guys went NFL. We had Anthony Dorsett, Jay Jones, Dietrich Gels, and who was the other one? I think we had a fourth, but our coach would do this thing where he'd be like upperclassmen against lowerclassmen, 4x400,
Yeah, I love it.
and he'd be like, whoever wins doesn't have to practice. And it was like the only time I'd run as hard as I could
Yeah,
because I just wanted to get out of practice that day.
just
I did
go home.
everything.
That's nice.
I hated practice more than anything in the world. And it's weird because I'm so into CrossFit now and I work out constantly. And I'm like, why do I do this? I hated this. like, I don't compete ever anymore in anything, but I like to work out. And I'm like,
You just love training, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had it when I was younger. I wish I had it. Like, it sounds like but you get that, that 100 thing, and that, so you don't have to go out and do those. Give me, like, you still have to keep that, like to keep that strength for like the end of the 100 meters. So when you're running sprints, what's the longest sprints you'll run?
So now, my hardest workout will probably be like 250, 200, 180, 150, and I'll do that I'll do that a few times a year. It's kind of like an indicator test for me, like just to see where my fitness is.
So what do it be? Give me it again, because people on this show, people
yeah,
listen.
250 meters. Yeah, 250-meter sprint, maybe a 200 or a 180, and then a 150.
And you're going all out on those?
More or less. So like the 250 is going to be like 90% in order to run the 180 and 150 at a high level. So my 250, I'll probably run like 27 seconds. I could probably tell you if it'll take me a sec to go through my log because I haven't done the workout in a while. But probably 27 seconds, and then in the 180, I'll probably run anywhere between like 19.5 and 20 seconds, flat for that. And then the 150, I'll probably run close to 15 flat.
That's interesting.
For the last effort in my workout.
You're not running any 400s ever?
Try not to. I avoid it.
Just because you don't,
as much as I can.
You don't like it, or you don't think it could assist you in any way?
So here's the philosophy, and I think this is a good lesson for maybe some young athletes to think about training. Is you have to have an overall goal, right? And my goal as a hurdler is to be a good hurdler technician and to be fast. When I do a 400-meter workout, just think about this, and when you train too. Say on Monday you did 3x400 or 3x300, right? You just like toasted it. When do you feel good again, really? Probably like Wednesday or Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like Tuesday, you're probably like, Wednesday, you're still kind of like, eh. So that's kind of like the balance. It was like, all right, do I do one hard like sprint intensity with like a little bit more volume and then one hurdle day a week? Or do I do like some 60s, some 30s, like something short and fast? And then the next day I can hurdle and then take an off day. And then the next day I can hurdle again and then take an off day. And then I can do like maybe finish the 7-day week with like, a couple 90s, a 120 and a 150. So like, then you can kind of like, you can get that same volume, right? If you're thinking about 900 meters, 3x300 is 900 meters. I can get the same volume distance wise, and running 60, 90, 120 on one day, and then going 3x60, 3x30, 3x90, right? It's similar volume, but now like my nervous system is not as shot, and I don't feel like as like, running 60 meters, fast is difficult, but like, you're not like, you finish that workout, like, yeah, it was all right.
You keep saying nervous system, and I think that's so underestimated by everyone. I don't think anybody realizes how important that is, that your CNS, that like you give that recovery, and people just think, oh, I can grind it out, and it's like, you can, but you don't understand you're frying yourself, and that like your muscles might be okay, but your CNS is not okay. And I've had so many people burn out with that, where they're like, oh man, and I've done it myself, where I felt like, do I need electrolyte? What's going on right now? Why am I, feeling like these like, tremors and stuff going on in my body? And it's like, cause you fried yourself. Like you just pushed it too hard without enough recovery. And it's interesting that like you've kind of figured that out, that not less is more, but the zone to be in, to be as fast as you are.
Better is better. That's the that's the motto.
And like talking to you, it's like I've read so much and heard from so many, but like I'm talking to you, who nobody knows better. You've run the third fastest time in the world, so whatever you say to me is the new Bible, and it's amazing, because I would have thought you're a little more all over the place to hear.